As you get older, what's something that becomes increasingly annoying? Noise, so much noise. Apparently there's an age where noise doesn't bother you anymore. Every time I visit my mom, she is just slamming dishes and cabinets. Stuff I would have gotten hooked for, and now I'm the one telling her to keep quiet. The only acceptable noise is the noise she makes. I can't count the number of times this happened when I was at home. We'd be watching TV, and she'd carry on a 15-minute conversation with whomever is in the vicinity. When she was done, if somebody else tried to start to say anything, "Shh, I'm trying to hear the TV." I called my mum out for this one. I said, "When I watch tele, I have to keep it down. When you watch, you're allowed to have it up loud," she said. "Because you do all sorts of noisy things when I watch. I can't hear it properly," I said. "Like you don't use the damn blender when I'm watching." And she goes, "Oh." Petty stuff like clothes not drying up completely, and they end up smelling damp. Totally, the petty small things are breaking me. Major events I tend to take it calmly, but things like clothes being a bit damp, or not finding matching socks in the morning, they just drive me crazy. People who don't know how and when to be quiet. I had to start eating in my car at work because having earbuds in and reading a book is no indication whatsoever to people that I don't want to be spoken to. Or the people at my work who will watch their show on their phone without headphones. Like, seriously, I'm trying to decompress and relax for 10 minutes. I'm pissed off at people who come up to me, can clearly see I have headphones and listening to music, and still just continue full speed with whatever they're trying to tell me, while I'm clearly attempting to turn the music off or take out said headphones, and are surprised I ask them to stop and start from the beginning. People who not only yell while they're on the phone, but do this while having their call on speaker in a public place. I'll admit, I used to be guilty of this. A book bag on, hands full, holding my phone by 2 fingers in the same hand as my coffee, and I had no chance of getting the phone to my ear, so I just popped it on speaker. My logic was, well, it's a public space, so people shouldn't expect silence. Then I heard someone else do it for the first time. It was so unseemly and horrible. And suddenly I got a set of Bluetooth earbuds and found a better way to manage the junk in my perpetually full hands. That some part or other of my body always seems to be in discomfort. I was so excited to have time off from my office chair for Christmas break. I thought my back would feel so much better. Too bad I laid in bed so much that my back hurt in a new, different way. Nobody tells you that part about growing old. The reason old people moving slowly is a cliché. It's because everything fucking hurts. Plus lower energy. Plus tending to plan moves to minimize wasted effort. I'm amazed so many people a generation younger than I am are already feeling physically old. People who talk too much to make a point that could easily be made with half the talking. When they start the story with, "long story short," and then follow it up with every excruciating detail. Distractions, they are everywhere, and honestly I don't think it's just age that makes them seem like they are increasing. I feel like I'm constantly being distracted by things I'm not interested in. Stopped watching television, can't take all the commercials, especially the drug ones and political ones. Can't the world just let us focus on what's really wrong and let us try to make it better instead of making us turn away? People who aren't self-aware. There is a huge free weight area at my gym, and people will still come and start working out like 3 feet away from me like it's no big deal. I've lost a lot of patience for people who don't pay attention to their surroundings. I have always thought if I could be a superhero, I'd be situational awareness man. Whenever I saw someone completely unaware of their impact on others, I'd do something extremely superheroish. I haven't worked that part out yet. How about making small anti-people force field around victims to prevent any contact? I feel like since the pandemic started, people have gotten even closer to me at the grocery store. "Oh, you're looking at that cereal? Let me just stand super close behind you and reach my grubby hand right across your face to get one next to it." Willfully stupid people. Do you have any idea how many people I meet who don't bother to simply Google something they don't know? It's so annoying. Someone was shocked when I spent 10 minutes Googling honey badgers just because they are interesting. People don't want to learn anything new. I pissed off my family for this. They got into an argument about something and I was like, "Why don't you guys Google the answer?" And then I showed them that both of them were wrong. Life? Literally everything gets more tiring the longer you do it. I was thinking this, but I'll change my answer to responsibility. The older I get, the more I find I feel responsible for in some way. Life would be a lot less annoying with significantly less responsibilities. Kids doing stupid garbage to go viral for invisible approval. Licking ice cream in Walmart freezers and putting it back. Literally filming yourself in front of a dead body for views. People are idiots. Inconsiderateness. I'm 50 and I have increasingly less tolerance for people who don't say thank you, don't hold doors, don't talk quietly in restaurants, don't control their kids in public, tailgate while driving, fail to clean up after themselves, etc. We live in a society, damn it. A little consideration and kindness goes a long way. People who come to a dead stop just in or outside doors or at the top or bottom of a staircase in public places. They just drive me crazy. 33 and still battling with acne. Like, I was okay with it at 13. I thought it was the normal teenage phase shit. I also was kinda sorta fine with it at 23, thinking I'm just a late bloomer type who does stuff longer than others. At 33 and no change in sight, I'm fucking pissed I got done dirty. I'm seeing a dermatologist for around 7 years by now. I've been on more stuff than I can remember, again to no avail. I've heard every tip 1,000 times. Thanks, but no. I'm still having pimples at 50. What a fact is that? Kids. I've heard that you start to lose high-frequency hearing as you age, and I'm just waiting for the day that I lose whatever hell-frequency children scream at. Unfortunately, you also wouldn't be able to hear smoke alarms if you couldn't hear kids screaming. I'd rather burn to death than listen to kids screaming. I like kids. I think childhood is sacred, but I hate being around them. I'm terrible with kids. The older I get, the less joy I find myself getting out of the things that used to excite me. Video games, TV shows, books, Legos, nothing really excites me anymore. I'm 40, wife, kids, dogs, 2 cars, small house but newly remodeled. Wife and I kept our jobs during the pandemic and actually came out ahead thanks to the stimulus payments. By all accounts, I'm in a great position and should be having the time of my life. Call it burnout, depression, exhaustion. I don't know. All I do know is that every year older I seem to get, the less I enjoy the things I used to. I wish that would change. Just a lot of people in general. I have zero tolerance anymore for people who are rude or inconsiderate. I used to just let a lot slide and keep my mouth shut when I was younger. Not anymore. Aggressive drivers. This is exacerbated by blinding headlights at nighttime. My eyes are already falling apart. They don't need your help in accelerating their decline. 71 here. Oddly very little. Can't think of one. 7 decades provides the luxury of how not to give a fuck. It's startling sometimes to witness some kind of human dumbness and to observe. I just don't give a fuck. How everything costs, and how hard it is to be above minimum wage without being miserable, or in massive debt. How easy it is to gain weight, and how hard it is to lose it. People not picking up their dog's shit. Coworkers coming to work sick. I didn't care before, but now I realized, after a long 28 years, I hate getting sick because when I do, I'm done for at least a week. Also, the selfishness of others tends to bother me more and more as I get older. This falls in that category, I guess. People asking me to answer problems or questions they could have easily handled with minimal effort. I used to not mind it so much, but as time goes on, I just think to myself, damn, you're an adult. You should know how to look up information, or use common sense to solve this. What becomes increasingly annoying as you get older? Leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this one.